All right. Here we are. Episode 55, Abomination Vault's Goodness. Can't wait. We got 6 players tonight, I think. We should have Jesse here. He'll be joining us remotely once again, all in due time. Other than that, I think we got everybody in the campaign, plus a new player. Kinda. Semi-new. That would be Max. We'll hear from him in a minute here. Let's get right into this. It's Sunday. It's time for some Pathfinder 2E. We're going to get into it and continue the Abomination Vaults. And you guys ready for some Pathfinder tonight?
Let's go.
Sure.
Indeed.
Always.
Let's get excited here, Max. Let's get excited. First, introductions. And we're going to start off with Agatha. Once again, you're up first. Introduce your character, expectations for the night. Introduce yourself. Oh, and also for everybody, I have a question. As I go to my notes to find that question, this is for your character. So far in your adventures, your exploration of the Gauntlet, the outskirts of Otari, from the standpoint of your character, and for most of you, there's probably a lot of situations that would be applicable. What was the most scariest moment you've had so far in your character's exploits? All right, so that's the question tonight. So Agatha, you're up first. Let's hear what you have to say.
As everybody knows, I'm Dizzy. I play the lovable vampire witch named Agatha, who's been tagging along with the group, been looking after folks, been kind of avoiding the goodness of Althea with her holiness, though she loves her like a sister now. Expectations for tonight, with what's happening, I'm going to leave it up for the gods to decide. As for the question, that I can easily answer was probably when the group was caught in the very tight hallway as they were going down into that small room, and as Cassandra had stepped onto the floor, unleashing chaos with all the blades, Aga was immediately filled with absolute fear that the companions that she had gotten so used to being around, helping out, now had grown a rather fond bond with them, was afraid that her entire group would be slaughtered within that room. And so that was probably one of the most biggest moments that she had for that.
Pretty scary, huh? Alright. Dizzy, thanks for that. We'll see if we can make it a little scarier for you tonight. Althea, you're not scared of much. Not really.
Except for dirty dishes and an undusted rug. No, just messing.
And books that haven't been returned on time.
Oh, no, anything but that. Desna, please save me from this nightmare.
You are a bookworm at the Downflower Library. After all, librarian, in fact. Introduce yourself and your character, Rachel.
Hey guys, Rachel here. I play Althea, if you've been following along, you'll know Althea is a devout cleric of Desna, who is a very, all things considering, with different races and cultures in Pathfinder, she's a fairly normal-looking gnome, but normal not for gnomes because she's got that brown hair and pale skin, which gnomes are more known for their vibrant features. Uh, um, but this has left her with an easy integration into a society that doesn't have very many gnomes, or at least the ones that we've encountered. But that is who I will be playing today, and it's always lovely playing her. I don't have too many expectations today. We'll see. It's always great playing with a lot of people. So we'll see what we get to, and if we all get together. You never know when the party's going to be split. And for the question, I hate to say same, but I'm gonna say same. Because Agatha's fears, Althea's got the same thing. That has been the scariest thing that she's experienced so far. I mean, she's experienced quite a few nightmarish events, but this one, as much as she enjoys her friends and everything, but this time her life was also very much in danger. She was on the brink of death with that, and there's nothing quite as scary as sudden, almost near death. Nobody saw it coming. And that kind of frightens her even further of like, oh gosh, if we didn't see that coming, what about the next thing and the next?
Yeah.
Will we be able to survive the same way? Just by this, just barely?
Good. Noted. Thanks for that, Rachel. Next up, we got Eric. What's going on, Eric? What's going on, my friend?
Things are good. I'm Eric. I play Cassandra, the monk, who is hooked up with the heroes of Otari and is just trying to develop her sense of responsibility to the town and to this new family that has taken her in as an orphan who lost the one person who cared for her. She's really grown attached to the heroes in question. As for the question asked, I mean, for Cassandra, it's especially bad because she triggered the trap. And she already remembers the gunslinger dying, and then this trap almost killed everybody. And she's just starting to get to know people and to care about them. And then bing, bang, boom, they were almost gone. And she feels like it was her fault. So that's what's scary about it to her. If there was to be a second place, it would be the, I believe they were called Crypt Whites. And we thought we defeated them, and then whoops, no we didn't. Well, we did. But then the second wave of wisps came out after us. And that was a scary moment because we could have bought it then and there.
Yeah.
So that was a tough one, I found, for us. So she feels personally responsible for the previous answer that Althea and Agatha gave, and she feels really bad about that. But if it was a sort of epic, this could all go sideways with one bad roll, I would say it was that fight with the whites and the subsequent wisps.
Mm-hmm. Those were tight battles. Okay, thanks, Eric. We're going to move on to our newest player. Well, he's had a couple sessions now. Not really that new. That's going to be Max. Introduce yourself, Max, and your character tonight. What's going on?
Hello, Legionnaires. This is Max Liao from Legion of Myth, and I play Frey. That is right. I play Frey. He's from the north. Got wrapped up in a few things that he didn't want to be wrapped up anymore. Decided to move south for some personal reasons. Moved to the Otari area. Became a guard, so I have a little bit of understanding of these weirdos that I'm traveling with right now. And about a year later, I somehow got drawn into some evil magics, and now I'm searching this gauntlet because, none of your business. That's why I'm here. Now, as for the question, because I have had a couple of instances so far, I will tell you that it was everything that started this when I got trapped in the realm of the dark, as I call it. And that was pretty freaky and disconcerting.
Yeah, what are we dealing with here? Yikes. Excellent. And welcome, Max, for another good session. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
And Kyle, you're up. You're up next, my friend. What's going on?
How y'all doing? I'm Kyle. I formerly played Arthurian. I'm on a new guy tonight. Yeah, hanging in there. As far as what I expect tonight, I expect to have a good Maimon. I want Belcora with a passion. She's killed too many of my friends. And I'm going to sort of break this up into like two different sections. Because everybody's used to me playing Arthurian as, Arthurian's biggest fear, and, from the gauntlet, loss. Losing people. He's seen too many, people, good people trying to, do the right thing and rid evil, just cut down. And as for the new guy, failure. Absolutely, failure's a powerful crippling tool, I suppose. So we're gonna see how it goes. See if I get some maimings, some good headbutts, kick a few of them in the butt cheeks, and we're gonna get to it.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks, Kyle. Did you answer your question? The question?
Yes, I answered it for both.
Gotcha. All right. Totally went over my head. Sorry, Kyle. I'll have to go back and play that again. Jesse will be joining us, of course, remotely. He'll introduce himself. You'll know when he gets here. So he's missing our intro. So, yeah. Before we get to any gameplay, though, we're going to do a recap and try and catch up from the last episode. Lots been going on. And Rachel, I think you're going to do that tonight, so you get an extra hero point for that, of course. Go ahead and, best you can, as brief as you can, go ahead and tell us what happened in the last episode.
All right. Yes. Recaps. So, after recovering from the near-death experiences of the trapped hallway, the companions retreated to a previous chamber and barricaded one of the doors. They decided to take a well-earned rest to recover not only from their wounds, but of their spells in general. So they took that room that had those mysterious concoctions in it and barricaded the doors, and Agatha even snatched one of the beds for a little extra comfort. But sometime during the night watch, there were screams heard, but nobody did anything. And this probably may have been bad on their part, because when they naturally awoke, Arthurian and Loftur were nowhere to be seen. The absence of any note or notice had the remaining companions concerned, so they went out to backtrack and to locate them. It's very unlike those characters very unlike their friends to leave without saying anything. So without much lead, they kind of aimlessly wandered back until they found an untraveled corridor, and this led into another chamber resembling a waiting room, but the furniture there was covered in these mushrooms, and the air was thick with deadly spurs that they later recalled were spurs that affected you with the deadly disease fungal rot. So they held their breath and rushed through the other door, and it led them out into an open hall. And even more peculiar, they were on like the second level. So this was a 2-level hallway that kind of branched off into many rooms. sounds of hissing were heard to the south, so naturally the companions went west. Sneaking out about and investigating, it led them further in and they stumbled upon various bodies that were at the bottom of the staircase. Although two appeared normal, there was still one that had an arm sticking out of it. I want to say its back. It was something bizarre, definitely not natural. But to their surprise, one of the bodies, a man bearing an emblem of the guardsman, laid at the bottom of the stairs, and he still had a pulse. So they were quick to act, and they treated his wounds. And this man was actually introduced as none other than our fellow player Frey. So he was brought into the gang. They had this large conversation, a lot of mistrust at first. It's always difficult. Oh, what are you doing down here in the Gauntlet? This is very peculiar. Should we even trust you? But in this conversation, it was broken up when other creatures, ones that have been seen before, I am not sure if we've ever recalled their names, but very grotesque, I want to say it's almost sluggish looking creatures with large bodies. We do know for sure that they're the type that packed a wallop. But basically it was almost like an ambush. There were two coming down the stairs, and I believe there were two above on this multi-leveled stairwell. And then the attacks began. And of course, at the bottom of the staircase, there was a door. We tried escaping, but last I knew, when Sheppy gave it a good jiggle, it did not budge. And that is as much as I recall, but I do know there's a bit more to the story.
And we got Jesse here. Jesse, if you want to introduce your character and yourself, you can do so. Just getting started.
Okay.
Rachel just did the recap, so you can do your intro.
Hey.
Is he a robot for anybody else?
Yeah. I don't think we're reading you clearly, Jesse. Bad connection?
Try it again. All right, we'll see what happens as we get along. Needless to say, Jesse has joined the fray with Sheppy, Goblin Sorcerer of Fire. And yeah, so he's with us as well. Hard to tell. We'll see how it goes as we play. I can hear you, but it's just
All right.
you're good there. We'll see. All right. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go back a little bit. The companions. Cassandra, the dwarf, Arthurian, Althea, and Agatha just encountered a gruesome trap that shook the companions to their very core. They decided right away, we gotta take a break. We gotta refresh our spells and heal up a little bit. We gotta find somewhere safe in here. Camp out. Spike the doors. Build a barricade, whatever. They did so. They found an old storage room to the north, not far from where they were in this trapped area. They set their watch and they decided we're gonna take a break and get some sleep. The night was not uneventful, however. Strange sounds were heard. At what point it sounded like a clash of battle somewhere. One of the companions who was on watch, Arthurian, decided to wake up the others, but not all of them. Cassandra, as well as Loftur, who had joined them, member of the Atari Guard. They all listened. They could hear it. There was whispers. Sounds coming from the west. Arthurian was determined to investigate. But they couldn't leave their friends behind, nor wake them. They wouldn't dare do that. The spellcaster needed their sleep. Their rest. They decided to let them sleep. Cassandra would remain behind, standing watch, while Loftur and Arthurian headed out in the direction of the sounds, to see what eyes might be upon them. Arthurian and Loftur disappeared from Cassandra's sight. Cassandra moved up closer to the corridor to try and see them in the dark, but could not see them. The dwarf has dark vision. Cassandra, of course, a human. Lost sight of her friends. Cassandra, as you stood there in the darkness, you can hear the sounds of your sleeping friends behind you in the storage chamber. Arthurian and Loftur have disappeared from sight. What's going through your mind at this point, as you stand there in the darkness?
She's worried about them. Cassandra's voiced more than once that she feels they may have not been well equipped or well prepared to be heading this deep into the Abomination vaults. The major trap only, reinforced that idea. And now Arthurian, who's been fantastic to fight side by side with, who's always willing to lay his life down for his friends, he's just gone. And normally you can hear him clanking about or swearing in Dwarven or what have you, but Cassandra's not picking up anything. It's like the darkness just swallowed up her friend. So she's very concerned.
Go ahead and make a blind perception check. Give me an idea of how well you're paying attention.
Sorry, that went twice. Should just be the first one.
Five minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. You hear nothing. Although you swear you heard some footfalls from the west. Perhaps it's your friends. You're not sure. You suddenly feel a chill go down your spine. You shiver. It's unnaturally cold all of a sudden. You turn to your right to catch a view of your friends behind you and stop. Suddenly you see what looks like a mist of cold air envelop you. What's your first reaction? Quickly.
To back away from the mist, close the door behind me.
There are no doors. They were broken in and shattered.
Oh, they're broken.
By the dwarf. But there are barricades. Now, as you pull away in the direction of your friends, you freeze in place. You can no longer see the walls in front of you. You're losing your sense of direction, in fact, as this cloud of white mist envelops you. It's all you can see. Perhaps your hands are reaching out left and right to fan it away, but it's to no avail. to check the oracle here. You continue as best you can to back away. But you don't feel the surface of the wall. In fact, you suddenly don't feel the floor under your feet. You begin to stagger and almost fall. There's something under your feet, but it's very soft. And it gives maybe an inch. With every footfall you make, you freeze in place. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Vigrad. Grad, I will call you.
I did do it.
Your eyes begin to open from what was complete darkness. You feel your arms behind you, bound. By cold chains. You're laying on your back on a stone surface. You see nothing. What's going through your head?
He'd be definitely trying to figure out a way to get off those chains, get his hands free.
Your hands begin to move quickly, left and right. The chain that binds you starts to clank on the stone, making a noise that echoes in whatever chamber you might be in. Suddenly you hear footsteps coming towards you. They're getting closer and closer. What do you do?
Begrad's gonna look toward the direction. I'll get on with it then. Or kill me or unleash me.
You hear
One of the two.
You hear a growling sound, a gurgling sound. The footfalls stop, maybe a few feet from you. There's silence. And then you feel this sickly, warm air hit your face as if it was a breath. In and out. You feel it hit your face, your bare flesh. All the while you hear this gurgling noise, a mere inches from your face. You will do nicely for me.
Like you, creature, I do not fear death.
Before the word death leaves your lips, you feel an immense pain on the top of your skull. Everything goes black. Cassandra, you need to make a save, a will save for me. This will be
25.
25. The coldness begins to leave you. The mist slowly begins to clear. Disappear, rather. For beyond the mist itself is nothing but darkness. You instinctively reach behind you for your pack. You don't have it with you. What is the most likely weapon you would be carrying right now?
Cassandra? Her fists?
Good answer. You are surrounded by complete blackness. As you reach out with your left hand, you feel a solid surface. It's a wall. But you can't see anything. You're not sure exactly where you are. Looking behind you, you don't see your friends, your companions. You're not sure exactly where you are. You do feel a cold air coming in the direction to your left, along the wall. Do you want to try and feel your way along that wall towards that or away from it? Or how would you like to proceed? Right now, the only indicator of where you are is your hand touching that wall. You can't see anything.
I'll go towards the cold.
All right. You do so. Carefully and cautiously, you proceed. Althea, you're not sure what to make of this. What was his name? Frey. But he's handy with a sword. Sheppy would agree, as might also Agatha. Regardless, he's taken a frontal position in your little marching order as you begin to face north toward the steps from whence you came. What do, Frey? You're the head of this group, this motley crew, as it were. I think, you were all in agreement that you were going to head north up those steps?
Okay.
If you look at, let me
Do
clarify.
we open the door to the south?
Let me clarify your situation a little bit. To the south, there was a double door.
Mhm.
Agatha had checked to see if she could get through it, but it was locked. It was barred. Something was keeping it from opening. I believe you had all decided, you know what, all right, let's form up and let's head back up those steps. Now, if you look at the map, to clarify here, because we had some confusion last week, this is a 10-foot wide east to west corridor, all right? I know the map might show some corridors going east and west in those directions, but that's actually above you on a bridge, as it were. Those creatures had dropped from that bridge. And you're facing the direction of the steps. There's only one way to go, and that's towards the steps. Okay? Just to be clear.
Okay. I gotta ask then. What's his name? Sheppy. Did you check the door to the south?
Sheppy did, yeah.
Can you guys,
I can hear you, but you weren't in the session,
can you
so
guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did. He checked it.
And you weren't able to open it?
Nope.
Not sure I believe that, but okay. I'll take the front in order to keep people safe, but I don't know what you guys were planning or where you're going, entering, exiting, where you've been, where you haven't been, so I'll lead on. You got to tell me which way to go. My ultimate goal, though, is to find the captain.
You've been this way before, Frey. You've come down these steps. In fact, that's where you were heading when you got ambushed. As far as you can recall, there was some corridors twisting here and there, and a big wide corridor, in fact, that had balconies upon it that you remember. You also remember an entry to this area where this big pit into darkness, an abyss, you came across. That's about all you remember from this area specifically. And you know that if you go up these steps and head north, you might be heading up towards that direction, towards that entrance. course, you haven't been... Let me ping it. You haven't been up in this direction. I don't know if you could see that.
Well, I'm waiting to see what directions they want to go in. So
Yes,
my question still hangs in the air. Or comments.
And it is answered. Altiez brings up the fact that we're searching for a few of our fellow companions. They were traveling with us, but when we had woken from a short break, they were nowhere to be seen. We thought maybe they had come this way, and that's essentially what brought us to you. We have no evidence that they've been here, but we also don't have evidence that they, had not. So, for now, maybe our interests are of the same and they're together.
A little too convenient, but it seems that you have people that went missing. I have people that went missing. Why did they go missing and not me, not you? It's questions that need to be answered.
I think maybe they're the only ones that can answer it. But let's head forth. I think, knowing my companion, should they ever run into danger, they'll face it head on, even when they should not. We did hear hissing to the south, and I think we wanted to investigate it, but approach carefully, not trying to initiate anything. We've had some kind of bad encounters that way.
Were you up this way already?
We've come from the northern east of these web of chambers in this hallway.
The top of the steps where the token is. At the top of the steps, you have not been directly north. None of you have. You've all come from the easterly direction. That corridor would be familiar to all of you, the one going to the east. But the northern corridor you don't recognize.
Before we leave where we are right now, have we put all of our efforts into looking at that door? Can you spell it open? Can you kick it open? Can you throw the goblin at it to open it? Whatever. Can we open that door in some form or fashion before we decide just to backtrack?
I can attempt to take a look at it and see if there's something I can possibly do. I don't know if there is, though.
All right, you looked closely at the door. There was no lock mechanism. There was no keyhole. But you did try to open the latch and push, and neither door would move. Perhaps it was barred. That's your best guess.
Well, if nobody's speaking up, we have no method. Fine. I mean, I'll take the lead to keep you guys safe going forward. Point me in the direction you need, but I mean, I'd like to exhaust all of our options here first, so that we're not walking back and forth through this maze of dead slug creatures.
I'll also point out for Jesse, Sheppy has lock-picking tools. He found them off a body of one of the folks down here at the bottom of the steps. There was an ambush here, Sheppy. Your character was here, but you weren't. So you got some lock-picking tools.
Okay.
If you'd like to spend some more time investigating the
Hit this
door,
lock. Hold on.
you can do so.
Is he speaking Goblin? I can't understand him.
That's Goblin.
You got a problem? But
Please excuse my friend. I think he's just upset that you suggested throwing him at the door to open it.
I tell you, Thea, we live in a simulation. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm just looking at all options. If that's one that'll work, let's do it. If not, then let's find something new. It's just brainstorming.
I think he said he wanted to lockpick.
The rest we can.
All right, there's no lock to pick. There's nothing there. It's solid door except for the latch itself. If you want to try and investigate the latch, you can do so. Would you like to go down and do that, Sheppy?
Yeah.
All right, you do. Go ahead and give me a. Don't give me anything. There's no way to get at any lock on this. Your guess is that it's barred. Alternatively, you could try and batter the door down and bash it down or whatever your imagination can think of, but there's no lock to pick. That won't work. If you want to take the time to do that, you can do that if you got the right tools. It'll take some time. It will be loud, but it is an option.
I got
Do
a
you
question.
want to risk drawing more of those guys close? What were you
Yeah.
gonna say, Agatha?
I was
Okay.
gonna say, do the doors look like they have like hinges on them, like they open or close, or do they look like there's a gap on both sides of the doors where it looks like the swords can actually slide into the wall instead of open up?
You couldn't fit anything through those gaps. You don't see any hinges either. If they does have hinges, it's on the inside, on the reverse side, or within the stone itself.
Okay.
Well, they're examining it, just in case something does. They do figure out how to open it, whatever. I'm moving myself down that way, standing behind my shield to some degree. As I walk by her, I put my hand on what's the character's name? Sorry, God, Althea's head. Look down. It's like, thank you for keeping me alive. And then I just continue to walk towards that door and prepare for anything that might come out.
It gives you a nod.
How do you proceed? The door stands before you. Perhaps barred. If you want, you can start going at it. Try and force it open. All I need to know is who is
Sure.
going to do that.
Please don't do that. No, I'm not.
You're not strong enough. All eyes turn to Frey.
If we're not going to try to get through it, that's fine. I just want to make sure we didn't use up all of... Wait, I'm sorry. I want to make sure that we considered all of our options before moving on. If north is the way to go and that's the way you guys want to go, let's do it.
Actually, I might have an idea. Agatha would be looking at the distance between they are and where the door is, and then she'd look at the bottom of the steps, look back at Frey, and she goes, "How good are you at knocking your foes over? Like if you were going to a sprint."
Like tackling people?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did it as a child. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a bear.
Would Agatha see him having a shield? I couldn't remember if he does or not.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay. Agatha would... She would gently take him by the arm, pull him back towards the bottom of the stairs, look between the distance between where they're standing and the door, and then she'd look back at Frey and she goes, "Can you ram that thing?"
Oh, like forcing it open with your whole body?
Let me. I'm gonna walk to the door. I'll pound it a couple of times with my fist. Can I get it? I don't care. I'm not asking for exact measurements, but do I get an idea about how thick this thing is, and if it moves at all when I pound it near the seam?
Doesn't even budge. Perhaps it might be about 4 inches.
All right. Look back at Agatha and just shake my head.
Maybe this is just taking too much time. There's something closing this that we could always come back to it.
Agreed. I just want to make sure we consider all our options before we move, but I'm
Of course.
with you on that.
Just so you know, you could attempt an athletics check to try and force the door open. All 4 of you could do this. In this case, I'd have Frey be the one that makes the check, and everybody else will attempt to help him do so. And depending on how successful you are at helping him, that will give him a bonus to his roll, which will be the final roll that we'll make. But if successful, you might actually break it down. If you have any kind of tools, like a crowbar or anything like that, I don't know if anyone does, that will be of benefit. Otherwise, there'll be a penalty. So that's how that'll work if you want to try that.
I say we give it one last try. If it doesn't budge, if we don't get to open anything, we'll go back up the other way.
Okay.
Okay. Well, fine. Whatever.
Please be careful. I won't be able to join you in this.
I'm shaking my head, strapping my shield to my back because I'm not going to break my shield on this door. I'll just shoulder charge it.
All right. Is anyone helping him?
Agatha is.
Okay, Agatha, you make the first roll. Make an athletics check.
Do you want Shippy to help
Alright.
out with this?
Sheppy, you want to help? Just an athletics check.
Athletics.
We'll take that as a yes. Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, I would be of no help. So I stand by and stand watch while they do this.
You do. Sharp, keen eyes watch the river.
Should be on its way to you, Fritz.
Okay. How about you, Agatha? Okay, I got yours. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to make an athletics check now. Frey, as you put your back into it.
Public?
Public. This will be public because it's fun.
All right, here we go. Oh, God, it always does that.
17. You did get a modifier of +2 to this. So you got a 19. And you repeatedly hit this door, and it doesn't budge. It doesn't even give it all. In fact, your shoulder kind of hurts. Some time went by doing that, of course, and I'm going to roll some dice. So yeah, that happened. It's not budging, Frey. You're pretty convinced
After a
you
couple
won't
of
get
those
through
hits,
this.
I just shake my head. It's not going to work.
So any new back from the store.
You want to form back up and head north?
Yeah.
All right. We'll get back in your marching order here. So on the front, I have you in single file. Is that what you would want to do? Single file? Frey, I got you in the lead.
Unless somebody wants to stop me, yeah, I'll be in the lead. I'd rather not have anybody to my left or right because none of them are fighters, so... But somebody stands her, somebody stands her.
Agatha would take up the lead. I mean, not the lead. She would take up the back. My bad.
All right.
There's no way
Move
she's
aside.
leading. There's no way Agatha is leading. Otherwise, you'd see her drop like a sack of rocks.
There is a big difference.
Kimi smack dab in the middle. This way everybody gets light.
Exactly. And we got Sheppy behind Althea. And does anybody want to do anything in particular as you advance down these halls?
I will
Frey,
keep my search.
Frey, describe how you move down these halls. What does it look like? Are you being cautious? Is your shield out? Are you at the ready for an ambush?
Shield's out in the left arm in front of me. The right arm, it's got my sword. I'm not like walking one step a minute here thinking that, he could jump at any moment, but I'm also not walking at full speed.
Okay.
I know we got some short stacks behind me anyway, so I'm kind of walking slowly for them. But also every now and again, I'm poking at the ground just to make sure that, nothing slides, moves, whatever. If anything looks out of place, I will take a moment to poke at it somehow.
Okay.
And if not, just gonna step forward. I'd guess at half a normal walk.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll count that as searching, but your shield is out and at the ready. How about you, Althea? Anything in particular?
Two eyes are better than one.
Yeah, you're gonna search too?
I'm also going to be searching.
Okay. So you're keeping your eyes peeled for anything like tripwires, something mysterious that you might come upon.
Yes, particularly any pressure plates, traps, and secret doors.
Good thinking, good thinking. How about you, Agatha? Keep an eye to the rear, maybe watching out for ambushes or scout. Agatha?
Already casting shield.
Shield? Alright, so you're keeping that up at all times.
Mm.
Sheppy? Well, we can understand you. What are you doing?
Can you
Wow.
hold on?
10010101011101010.
That's about it.
All I heard was detect, so I'm imagining detect magic.
That's probably
Oh,
what he's
maybe.
doing. That sounds likely. Detect magic, Jesse? Say yes or no.
Yes.
All right.
Not twice if you can hear me.
Yeah. All right. Let's move you on the map to up there on the steps. I'm going to move you up there just so we know where to begin here. Being frustrated by the door, you all form up, gather yourselves together, keeping very cautious sight to the front. You begin to move up the steps once again, over the bodies, carefully moving over these bodies. You make your way back up the steps. Now, where I have you on the map currently, the corridor to the north you have not explored. To the east, all of you have seen, and that leads to the entrance and where you've been before. What's on your mind, Frey? You are kind of leading this group. You're all looking for your friends.
Well, as we go north right now, on my mind is just stepping forward and waiting for the next slug monster to come out and try to eat me.
Right.
Other than that, I'm going to walk up to, what are these doors up here?
Yes.
Or stop if something catches my attention beforehand or one of these folks say something. Just as a side note, I don't really see anything on the map except for a torch. If I'm supposed to see more, I don't.
You should only see the torch.
Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah, I was curious about that very same thing too.
You move up this corridor. It's about 10 foot wide. You travel about 20 feet forward and come to these doors. There is a set of double doors to the east and west of this corridor. You're standing right next to them. Doors much like the ones you tried to force below. Further to the north, about 15 feet away, you see another set of double doors. Again, very much like the doors you've seen before. No lock mechanisms, but a latch on each door. If you wish, you can listen at these doors or whatever else you want to do.
I'm looking towards the rest of them, nodding like, hey, do we want to go in here or no?
Now, Frey and Althea, nothing catches your eye as you walk down this corridor. If you've never been through here before, you do notice that on the west wall, part of it is crumbled in and has fallen. Dangerous. You also see one of those little holes in the floor. They're about a foot around. You can actually see it on the map. There's one right here. You see these occasionally as you travel these corridors. And they all have like these spikes that are inward towards the hole itself, like as if it would catch something that might come up. Maybe to prevent something from coming up. I don't know. But it's complete blackness. Looking into it, you don't hear anything. Maybe it's a shaft of some sort, or maybe it's just a hole leading into nothing. But regardless, you're standing in front of these doors right now. Say that again, Jesse. You're breaking up pretty bad. His connection isn't good tonight.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all, Jess.
If you'd like to listen at these doors, you can do so, east or west or all of them.
How about now?
Can hear you good.
Okay.
Yeah, so far so good.
I'm saying your torch isn't giving off a light because we can't see it.
You should be able to see there's a light spell on that torch.
All we see is the walls. At least Kyle and I.
Are you clicked on the torch?
Yeah.
You can't see anything.
Just the walls and the doors.
Yeah, well, that's what you should
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I thought that was normal.
Yeah, you can't see through walls and doors.
Well, I don't want to
There's
do
no
too
floor.
much here.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Max.
that's okay. That's weird. Yeah, I at least see a floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh,
Yes, give it a good old refresh.
Are we out of sync here? What's going on?
We might have to, yeah. Let me see if I
Maybe
can
the
refresh
stream
what
is
that
missing.
does.
Something good.
I know I'm lagging more than usual tonight. But it's doable. Maybe it's because we got so many folks in tonight.
okay, so I just saying before, I don't want to step on people's toes and just do everything. So if I'm doing too much, let me know. But in the meantime, since we are kind of sitting around here trying to figure out what we're gonna do, Althea, did you actually give me your character's name yet?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, I didn't write it down.
That's all right.
So, Althea, can I borrow your torch for a moment, please?
She'll listen to the words that you've said, but she shrugs and instead she casts light on your shield. I don't know this torch that you speak of, but I'll transfer the light onto your shield.
Oh, I thought there was a light on the torch, or are you just talking the icon on the screen?
They were talking the icon on the screen.
Oh.
Usually Althea has her light spell casted on her shoes, or like at
we
least
can
a
see it now.
sneaker.
Well, instead of the shield, Can you put it on the tip of my sword?
I can't put it on the tip, but I can make the blade shine brightly, and she'll do that instead. So she'll recast it. So it only takes a couple seconds to transfer it.
I look a little bit in awe of all this and then shake my head. And once the sword is lit, I'm going to dip my sword like an oil dipper down that little hole. It's my sword dipstick.
It is. And as you see the light penetrate the darkness, you can see that there is indeed like a what was the word I used before? Little tunnel. It's a hole, and it's solid all the way around, about 1 foot in diameter, and it goes down. It's like a chute of sorts, and it just goes down as far as your spell can shed its light, which I think is what, 40 max?
It's the same as a torch,
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah.
40 feet.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, it goes out of sight, so it's about 30 plus feet down, and it's just a straight down tunnel. But you don't see anything unusual about it. It's rough-hewn stone, and nothing else could be seen.
All right. Well, I mean, I can't worry about things that I can't understand, so I'm done.
All right, you're at the doors. Standing in the silence, you hear nothing. Would you like to listen at these doors? Althea?
Yeah, the first door that we reach, I'm going to take a listen at one of them while the others. Well, but right after Frey dips the sword into the hole, she'll kind of say, "Oh, well, he's doing his thing. We've already tried looking down them, but he doesn't know that." So she'll then go to the door. And
Anyone else
quietly
making
listen.
Anyone else making a listening check? Go ahead and give me a blind perception roll. For
I will.
anyone that wants to listen at those doors. There's 4 of them in all. Nice. Are you on the east or west, Althea?
I'll say east. So the first door that we reach.
Sheppy, your ear presses against the cold wood. You swear you hear a moan. And then nothing. The rest of you also hear nothing.
Sheppy's gonna look back to everybody.
I heard something. It might be our friends.
I'm not even gonna attempt Sheppy's accent tonight. And he's gonna motion to the doors where he heard the moan from.
Now, which direction was that?
I was in the west.
Yeah, I put Sheppy on the west.
Okay. Now, I gave it a good listen, but did I notice anything peculiar about the door itself?
No, pretty much just what you'd expect and have seen already. There's nothing unusual about the doors. You do notice, you'd all notice this as you've gone through these various corridors and come upon these doors. They look like they've been used. They don't look like something that would be in some ancient lost ruins. I mean, they're not rusted or damaged or aged. It looks like they've been used recently. Other than that, nothing else comes to your mind, Althea.
I'm gonna take a quick peek inside this store. Is
It
that
opens?
okay? Is that okay with everybody? Well, I haven't tried it yet, but
Well, let me
I
open
want to
it then.
make sure everyone's prepared. Okay. Just without hesitation, she steps aside. Wasn't sure if you were busy, but all right. Give it a shot. I'll stand back.
Yeah,
Which one
sure.
are we do? Which, northeast or west?
She's going to.
Okay.
She was referring to the what she had just listened at.
That'd be the east, right?
East.
I look, everybody behind me, are you all ready?
You see a ball of flame appear in Sheppy's hand as he reaches for the door on his side. He just kind of looks over at you.
Shake my head. Everybody else ready?
Agatha's already got her burn spells at the ready.
Okay. Gonna first tug and then push at the, well, I'm gonna use the latch, first tug and then push, then pull. Actually, I said that wrong. Pull, then push.
Okay.
And in case it needs to be said again, the shield's always in front of me in my left arm, longsword in my right arm, ready to stab.
How'd you open the door?
Unless it's a tower shield, I can use that hand.
Oh, okay.
You lift the latch on the door. You hear a click, and it begins to push open with a little pressure. Mind you, there's 2 doors here. I'm assuming you're opening the one.
Hmm?
You should be able to see on the map what you can see. Let me move the token in 1 square just to give you an idea of what it looks like when you peek around. Shelves of dusty bottles, surgical equipment, line the walls of this room. You can see them all along the walls. Cobwebs, dust. Hint that this chamber has remained untouched for quite some time. At the center of the room, directly in front of you, Frey, you see a solitary pushcart just sitting there in the middle of the room. What do you do, Frey?
First things first, looking at the floor, walls, ceiling, see if anything's gonna try to jump out at us.
You reach out as you have been throughout the corridors, with your sword, paying attention to tripwires, anything that might come within sight. You see nothing.
All right. Then
Looks safe.
I don't shout like as in yell, but I say in a strong voice, "No enemy." And I'll take 1 step forward and then give them room to pass me and do whatever they want to do.
All right.
Sheppy's gonna yell for Frey. Hey, big fighter guy, come open door.
Are you
Just
remaining at the other door?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not following in with
Yeah,
this
because
guy.
that's where Sheppy heard the moan.
All right, so I need to know who's entering the room with Frey. Frey's at the portal.
Althea is, as it was her idea to go into it, so she's gonna
It's
go
just
in.
abandoned. Shuts the door behind me. Like, that isn't the room we wanted.
Yeah, good luck. Bye. I'll check the next one. No, she steps inside as he's left the door open and space for her to walk in.
All right, you step into this chamber and you get the idea of what the shape of this room is like here, and you can see on the walls all these little jars and stuff. If you'd like to explore, you can do so. Now, Sheppy, do you go through with it and pull the latch of that other door? While they begin
No, he's waiting for Frey. But
Okay.
he's listening. Trying to see if he can hear that moan again.
All right. If you'd like to search the room, Althea, go ahead and give me a blind perception roll.
On its way.
you start looking at the shelves, moving aside these little jars
I don't think that's wise.
and elixirs. You notice something unusual behind the centralmost shelves. Squished behind the back of it, you feel a gap. Your fingers can move through there. What do you do?
Can I see it clearly? Otherwise, I would cast light on we'll say like my holy symbol, and I'll shine it that way, someplace more centralized, or even on the glove that I'm wearing.
It looks dark when you peek behind it and look into this little crack, even with your low light vision, and the room is filled with light. You can't really see, but it's not really what you see, but what you feel with your fingers. There was something there between the shelving and the wall. You felt it briefly. If you want, you can reach in and explore with your fingers. Do you do so? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh no.
She'll look back. I felt something here, and then she'll reach in further to explore it. So the others are at least aware.
You reach inside with your fingers. There's something loose inside, tucked in this little compartment behind the shelf. It's like the crack was a little compartment. It feels long, and something on the opposite end. You begin to pull it out. And as you do, it reveals itself. You find it looks like a key. Round shaft tip with several teeth of varying lengths. Useful, perhaps. What I'll do is I will drag that to your sheet if you want it. It's a key.
Yeah, she'll take it and pocket it in kind of in a low voice, but you can still hear how excited she is. She's like, I found a key.
And also, on the map as you explore this, Agatha, are you joining this little escapade? Agatha, what are you doing? All right, I'll assume that you're in the chamber as well. If you look at the map, you will see there is a little medical supplies icon that you can all click on and open. This is what you find. All right?
Oh, darn.
I'm sorry.
That's alright. I only spent a ton of money when we were in town to get my own expanded tools.
Very true. Very true. So what you can do, if there's anything on there that you want to keep, just drag it to your open character sheet. Not your token. Well, you don't have your token. But drag it to your equipment sheet. Or just your character sheet. It'll go.
So if I click on it and see nothing, does that mean I don't get any?
Oh, you should see
You gotta
stuff. We haven't.
double-click it.
Oh, it didn't work the first time. Never mind. I mean, I don't know what any of this nonsense is. Anyways.
Are you pocketing that key, Althea?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am going to grab the expanded healer's tools, because Cassandra's not with us, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, so she's going to say, oh, I know the exact person that would find great use of these.
Let me make sure that key went in your character sheet. But you can see what these things contain or what they might be. It's written in common right on it. So.
I can't loot any of it.
It won't let you?
No, I tried to drag it and I even clicked like around. Oh wait, did you do that or did I do that?
I gave you a key, I hope. I didn't do anything else though. Looking for that key. Yeah, I see it. It's under treasure. So
Okay, maybe it was just slightly delayed. because I dragged it over twice, and I see it in there now.
Okay.
Frey, are you any good with medical tools? Perhaps there's some that might help you treat any future wounds.
I know the basics of some first aid, but no. I'm very good at using them up, though.
Okay, I think these are best in trained hands. Agatha, you wouldn't happen to be... She's like awkwardly saying this out, knowing that you would have no use for these yourself, but do you think you would be able to get use of them? If not, and if Sheppy can't find any use in them, I'll hold on to them.
What are they exactly again?
I found a pair of healer's tools behind some of these potions here.
I don't think they would be of any use to me.
Oh boy, I found a couple of healer's tools. There's more than one. Alright, so she's going to try to hold on to as much as she can.
Frey, do you head
We
over
can
towards...
always sell them.
Frey, do you head over towards the other door?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll wait for Althea to finish here. I'm specifically just looking to make sure that nothing jumps out of the walls or out of the ceiling, or potions explode, whatever. I don't know.
Sheppy, as you stand there at the door, waiting patiently, maybe getting a little annoyed, you hear something coming from the south. Footsteps. Slowly moving in your direction.
Sheppy will quickly point that out to everybody.
And as Sheppy looks to the south, piercing the darkness with his eyes, he sees something round the corner. It's someone dressed someone dressed in black, a tall human. Cassandra, as you round the corner and you look up, you see a familiar face. The small face of Sheppy stands in the light.
So once Cassandra sees him, she rushes forward and gets down on her knee to be shoulder height with him, hugs him, and says, "Oh, Sheppy, I'm so glad to see you, but Arthurian, he's gone."
Sheppy will equally run forward and hug Cassandra gently, and then sort of nod and fill her in that they found Frey, and Frey's looking for somebody, and they're on the hunt for Arthurian as well.
Now, Cassandra, what all you can recall at this point is that you wandered these halls maybe a good 30 minutes to an hour. You did find this one location. It looked like a big, huge arena, and it was actually lit with torches. But you stayed in the shadows and you snuck beyond that. You heard sounds coming from the north, voices, you thought. Sure enough, that led you to where you currently are with Sheppy. But for the most part, your little escapade here was in solid darkness and slow going. Except for that one spot. It looked like some type of arena, and it was huge. It was empty. And it was further to the south, as far as you can recall.
Okay. I pass this information along to the rest of them, who I am very happy to see.
And then Sheppy will point out that he heard moans behind the door and he's just waiting on everybody before he opens it.
As soon as I hear conversations going on, I would move out there to see what's going on, especially if it's in the light, or at least take a look.
And Cassandra, you're immediately confronted by this warrior of some type, a tabard of Otari draped around him, sword in hand, steps out of that door. You've never seen him before. Although you recognize the tabard as you've seen it before in Otari, it's the tabard of the guard, the town guard.
I do notice the friendly embrace, though.
I meant Cassandra. Did I
No,
get
no,
that?
but-
Did I get
but-
that wrong?
No, you're good. I'm just saying because it would determine my stance.
Yeah, would he have seen them greet me in a friendly fashion?
Yeah, he's keeping his eyes open. Yeah, he's at the doorway. Yeah.
Okay, then I don't have any weapons up. I mean, the shield's always up, but I don't have any weapons like, oh my god. So I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed.
All right, my bad. But he makes his appearance to you, Cassandra. You've never seen this individual before.
So Cassandra meets his gaze, then looks to Althea and Sheppy and Agatha and asks, sort of like, is this guy's with us now kind of look? Assuming they return that look, she just puts a fist into the palm of her hand and puts that in front of her chest, and she bows slightly. And she says, I am Cassandra. I am friends with these people. I am sorry that you are also stuck down here with us. It is a dangerous place.
Name's Frey. I noticed.
Yeah, your sarcasm flies right over her head. She doesn't get it. She just nods as though, like, yeah, it's good that you noticed.
And still digging through all the potions and stuff, Althea can hear Cassandra's voice, and she rushes out. You hear the pitter-patter of her little shoes hitting the stone floors. Cassandra, is that you?
And she nods. She breaks out into a big smile. She says, yes, I'm so glad to see your face again. I was worried.
Yeah, worried? We were worried too! Who leaves without saying goodbye? And as you can see, like, her arms are completely filled with all of these items that she had picked up. She's like overflowing, and she's like, here, take this and this. And this, like, without too much of an explanation, you won't believe what we've just found, as if Cassandra hadn't have lost any time with them at all. But she would give her the expanded healer's tools, as well as the other healing kits that they have found. So she's just like, take this and this.
Agatha would just simply reach up, ruffles Cassandra's hair in a friendly way, and then just keeps her eye on everything else around them just in case something happens.
Cassandra's visibly moved because she's never had people who were worried about her before. So she's not quite sure how to react. So she's normally awkward, and this doubles it.
Well, Althea gets behind Cassandra and pushes on her back, pushing her into the room. Here you go, look around. But I put the items back into the medical supply thing in the room, so that way you can grab them. I didn't know when we'd see you, so I grabbed them to move on.
Frey is going to be in the hallway now.
Agatha would be out there with him.
Okay.
Sheppy's gonna motion to Frey for the door.
Yeah, Cassandra, if you want to grab anything from that room, according to Althea, there's some goodies in there. You can do so.
Okay, she mentioned expanded healer's tools?
Yeah, they're in there.
Yes. There's also some regular healer's tools. I would grab them if I could. Things like this are quite valuable back in town. Or if we meet any other travelers on their way that could use them, that I would take them, but I just do not have the space at all.
Okay, well, I can take the extra healer's tools.
That
I'll
would be
solve them.
perfect.
There's a problem, though. When I double-click the weapons tab, none of the magical weapons show up. Fritz, I don't know if you want to take a look at that.
None of the magical weapons?
Yeah, like I know there's no Vorpal sword, there's nothing like that, so I was just wondering if maybe there's a technical difficulty.
Oh, you're trying to find them in the items directory.
I'm being sarcastic, it's okay.
That sarcasm went right over the rest of our heads the way the other sarcasm went over Cassandra's.
Wow. All right. Well, it's an odd night tonight. What's going on? All right, are we ready to open the other door?
Ready?
Okay. Sheppy opens the latch. I don't know where Frey is. I think he's in the middle there.
I was ignoring Sheppy.
You were. The door opens.
Well, if the door opens, I'm going to have to jog forward to get in front of him. I don't care if he's in my way, and get in front just to make sure. Because if something's going to eat him, it's not going to eat him while I'm here.
And you do so. You push him aside as the door swings open. You peek inside. You see a room that actually is lit. Lanterns hanging from the ceiling shine bright circles of light over 3 stone tables, topped with what looks like metal slabs, perhaps. A single lightweight chain can be seen dangling over each of these tables. In the distance, you can make out, Sheppy can make this out clearly, one of those tables seems to have a body on it. Something the size of a man, perhaps. More unsettling, you see dried splatters of blood both on the floor in front of you, Frey, as well as on the walls.
Wipe it with my finger.
You do so. You reach down and you touch the dried blood. It is dry indeed.
Okay.
Definitely not fresh.
Well, I'll step forward until I'm about 10, 15 feet in the room, and then whatever they do behind me, they do, but I want to get a good look. Again, it's always about nothing's going to jump out of the walls, shadows, the ceilings.
Seeing the figure on the table, correct me if I'm wrong, Fritz, but Loftur was with Arthurian when they went missing, correct?
Yes.
Sheppy's gonna jog in there. He's gonna run up to the table.
All right. Althea, what about you?
She'll be in the hallway. Everybody's already kind of a little bit ahead, and she was just finishing up in the previous room.
Agatha?
As soon as she saw Frey go in, she would have probably been the second to go in, just in case if he were to get dropped, then she'd be able to give some support.
All right, Cassandra, I'm putting you in the other room, just near the portal. At the door, where you can still see. Now, the light situation. I know that you cast a light spell on the sword of Frey, correct?
Actually, she recast it when she was collecting the key. It's now on her glove.
All right. Frey, did you do anything like light a torch? Or you just...
No.
Okay. Just so I know. Take that light off of you. But regardless, there is light in this room. It's brightest over these 3 tables. Just to be clear, everywhere else beyond the table is considered dim light. All right? Bright light on the table. Of course, Althea, it's all bright light to you. Yes. And as you step into the... Now, how far were you going, Frey? You said about 15 feet?
Sorry, I had to mute. I'm feeding cats. Yes, about 15 feet.
All right. And Sheppy, how far did you rush into the room?
Probably about 15 feet. Yeah, I kind of want to stay there in case you get ambushed and I need to bow out.
Okay. All right. You get into the chamber. You don't see anything. You don't notice anything. Whatever was in here was a long, long time ago. You can verify more now that there is indeed a body on that furthest table, all the way down here. It's motionless. You see also the blood becomes more and more apparent, as it is actually everywhere on the floor and on the walls, especially around these tables, like as some type of ghastly experiments or surgery was going on. Hard to tell. Perhaps you would want to look at the body. Perhaps not.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Agatha.
I was gonna say, could Agatha carefully step back, not back, but glide past in between Sheppy and Frey, and then she's gonna start looking at the blood splatters to see how fresh or how recent they are.
How about up there?
That works for me.
Assuming no one tries to stop you, you make your way deeper into the chamber. You see again. You see these splotches on the floor. What were you trying to do exactly?
She's gonna be investigating the blood to see how fresh or recent they are.
All right, give me a blind medicine check.
Okay.
How about you, Cassandra? You saw your friends ditch off into the room there. Are you doing anything at this point? You've collected some goodies.
Yeah, I would totally like to join them.
Okay.
I was trying to move, but the game was paused.
Well, where do you want to go? I'll move you. I'll put you in the room.
Say, yeah, right there. That's good.
Okay. Althea, you're remaining behind at the door?
She'll take that first step in, but over here.
Hey, pardon me for interrupting. I've got to take 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, Althea, you step through the doorway, keeping it open, keeping your eyes sharp and peeled behind you. Agatha has rushed off towards the center of the room, and she's closely examining what seems to be splotches of blood or something on the floor. Agatha, the only thing you can tell is that it's old, dried, flaky blood. When you scratch at it, it flakes. But you can't tell what it might be from or any details other than that. That's it. But there's a lot of it. You also notice that as you stand up near this one table to the south, it's a flat surface and it is covered in even more of this blood. And it is in fact steel. It feels...
Glancing... Go ahead.
It feels comforting. It almost makes you thirsty. You almost want to bring the flakes to your lips.
She is going to... She's gonna try. She's gonna fight the urge to try and do that. And then glancing between the table to her left and the group to her right, she's going to slowly and carefully make her way over to the table that has the body on it and start looking it over.
Okay,
Can I step forward about another 10 feet?
you can.
Thank you.
Did the rest of you follow in behind Frey?
Sure.
Yeah, Chappy will.
I'll unpause it. You can put yourself.
I just wanted to be out of everybody's way. That's all I was doing.
They're just crowding you. What's going on here? Got no space. How about you, Cassandra? How about right there?
Yeah, exactly what I wanted. Thank you.
Sheppy's small. He's not getting in your way, Frey. Althea's.
I just wanted to be out of their way so they could get around me.
That goblin keeps getting them tangled into your feet.
I didn't need somebody bumping into me again like, I was Agatha.
Agatha, you slowly approach this one slab where this carcass, this corpse, this body lies. It looks disfigured. You could see its limbs have been removed. It's just a torso and maybe half of its legs remain. It's a strange creature. The eyes are long gone and this big sunken sockets in its skull. Unnaturally large sockets. The limbs look like they were carefully cut from the body. Doesn't look like something you've seen before, although you're welcome to make a nature check.
I'm gonna make a nature check.
Let me double check if that's nature, actually.
Or
Go ahead.
would it be occultism?
Go ahead and make occultism. I gotta think of the name here. You've seen this creature before, perhaps in a book. Long time ago. Creature known as a Morlock. Creatures that dwell underground, and their eyes are unnaturally big to see in the dark. Not uncommon, but they definitely dwell underground. That's all you can recall.
And then taking one more try, she's gonna try and see maybe how long this thing's been dead.
Go ahead and make that roll there. That's going to be a medicine check.
Gotcha.
That'll be blind. And as you carefully examine this body, your friends behind you watching carefully, Frey, is your shield is out, your sword is away, correct?
I'm sorry?
Your shield is out and your sword is away, correct?
No, my shield is out. I'm holding both.
You got your sword out.
Yes.
Okay, so you're at the ready. You're ready to rumble. Rock and roll.
Yep.
As Agatha starts to poke and prod and look and try and think about what this creature might be, suddenly you all feel a coldness enter this chamber. It goes up your spine. You feel it, Frey. You've never felt this way before, and you've been in battles many times, but this is something unnatural. A cold air engulfs the room and surrounds all of you. You feel it. Then suddenly you begin to see a glow on the far wall in front of Agatha. Not here, not her, but right in front of the table you see something begin to appear. This strange green glowing entity begins to make its presence known. I need everybody as you see this appear, I need everybody in this chamber, except Althea, to make a will save. This will be blind, because it's fun for me. Agatha, where's your roll? Okay,
It should be in there.
I see it. The sheer horror of this thing appearing in front of you, this skeletal-like apparition, as it begins to solidify, glowing green as it appears in front of you. Your heart is filled with terror. Sheppy, Agatha, Frey, you've never seen anything so unnatural and horrifying in your life. Cassandra, for a moment, you as well feel the cold fear begin to enter your body, but you shake your head, you begin to whisper some kind of litany of warriors perhaps in your memory to remind you of who you are, and you shake it off. Everybody has the frightened too. Okay?
Including Cassandra?
Not you.
Okay.
You are as free as a bird. And with that, we're all going to put ourselves in initiative because this creature is not happy, whatever it is. It wants to hurt you. Now, remind me, can you guys put yourself in the tracker? Or do I have to do it?
We can. I just did it.
Yeah, everybody put yourself in the tracker. Max, that's where you right-click your token and click on that crossed swords and shield symbol. And everybody's using perception except Agatha. If you just haven't rolled yet, I can allow you to make occultism if it's higher. If you want to do that, you can do that. It's an option. If you want to, Agatha. Are you doing so or not?
Yeah, I just rolled.
What'd you get?
18.
All right, let me change it to 18. It's actually higher. Good. I'll manually change it for you. See if that made any difference. And Frey, I have you in there twice for some reason. I must have did that. Let me get rid of this one.
I'll be right back.
We'll take a break in a minute here.
Then I'll hold off until we take the break.
You will. You will. Rachel's getting hungry. Things have to be done.
Well, at the beginning, I did say I was drinking my water, and well, time happened.
Yeah. Boy, it took forever to roll that. Damn. I'm gonna have to try reconnecting or switching my browser during the break. I'm getting little bit more lag than I've had in a long time. I don't know why. But anyway, we're all set. We're going to begin the encounter. So yeah, whatever this is, this ghostly apparition has just appeared before you, standing right across from Agatha, right in front of you, Agatha. It is unsettling. You're not sure exactly what kind of spirit entity this is, but you're about to find out. Okay? So what we'll do... Yeah, we're about to find out. What we'll do is we'll take a short break. I'm going to do some upkeep here on my end. You guys can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Do a bathroom break and all that other good stuff, and then we'll get into it, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do that.
Right.
I'll be right back.
See you soon.
And folks, we're going to go to an intermission. Jump over there, and we'll be right back. fix that. Music volume. Oh, it's good. We're back, folks. We are back. We are back. Part 2 of the session tonight. And as usual, it's a combat. Exploring this strange octagonal type room with slabs of operating tables or whatever it is. Sickly light over each table. The party has moved in and they're investigating. Blood stains, a corpse that lies on the furthest table. And suddenly, right across from Agatha, who was the most intrigued by the corpse and is currently standing right in front of it, appears this ghastly, horrible apparition of a creature. Agatha, your eyes widen as this thing appears before you, slightly bigger than a human. But it looks familiar. Your eyes look down briefly at the corpse that's on the table itself. Looks like the same creature. And just then, with a shriek, a foul, sinister shriek, this thing bellows out. It's first. We are in initiative. We're going to fight some combat. Prepare yourselves. Now, one more thing. Frey, I'm going to allow you to start with your shield raised.
Okay.
So, I think I gave you that macro. You can.
Yep,
There you
it's
go.
up.
You got it. Okay. It is first. Let me see. This thing should be ethereal. And it is. It hovers in your direction, Agatha, its eyes locked on yours. And suddenly it reaches back with a long-fingered, long-nailed claw, bony. It strikes with a vile touch. It hits. It's going to do normal damage as it rakes across your surprised face. 17 points of negative damage. You feel your body... Ooh, wait a minute. Huh. Looks like you got 17 points back as healing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
When you paused, I was like, oh, I think I know what's gonna happen. That's awesome.
Right, that's right. It's struck into a fellow undeath. So yeah, that's what happened there.
Let's
I can just
go.
imagine Agatha going, you don't know who you're dealing with.
Wow.
Agatha just gives him a sadistic grin, just showing off fangs.
Ah, it makes a foul scream at you, and it looks angered. It looks displeased, and it pulls back slightly. Darn you, vampire. Oh, I gotta roll dice here. Let's check the oracle. Threw me off.
Now,
Well- Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if this creature tries to move past her, does she get a opportunity of attack on it, or no?
Give the feet.
No, sadly, I don't think I do.
That's the answer.
Damn.
I just think I was going to give it to you. Maybe in an unusual circumstance, if you described something to me, I might. But no. That's interesting. All right. It doesn't know any better at this stage, so it's going to attempt something else. It's going to make another strike. as it tries to break your flesh once again. Agatha. Although its eyes look more intent as it stares and locks eyes with yours as it slings left and right with its claws, cutting into you yet again. It's going to do some more healing. Give yourself 15 points. If that maxes you, there you go. However,
Maybe we should keep this guy around to just heal you, Agatha.
And
I
just
want
every
you-
now and then have
want
Agatha antagonize him.
calm down. Let's not get too excited here. I want you to make a will savings throw.
Blind or public?
This will be... Go ahead and make it public, because it's fun.
Alrighty.
Go ahead. Let's see what you roll. This is important. The tide will change here, for sure. You got a nice solid 11.
Can I use a hero point to reroll that?
You sure can.
Alright, I'm using the hero point.
Go ahead. Much better. Okay. Oh, I don't have this ready. Sorry. Let me look real quick so I know how to describe this. As it cuts into you repeatedly, you feel invigorated. Doesn't actually cut as much as it boosts your very essence when it touches you. But its eyes do lock with yours, Agatha, and it seems to be penetrating your mind. You can hear its vile whispers coming into your skull. You look confused. You look down to the floor as you fall back from its blows. You're not sure what's happening. What is this? You are stupefied. As it tries unsuccessfully to take control of you. Cassandra, seeing your friends in shock at what they're seeing, you're up. What do you do?
Okay. With blurring speed.
Kung Fu time.
Yes. First time I'm going to use a particular spell. Oh, can you unpause it?
You hopping on the table?
Yeah, do I need to make a check for that?
You're good. Go for it.
20. So, I get to here. Oh, it's telling me I'm going to run into a wall, but I don't think I should. Oops.
Careful.
Yeah, mouse got away from me a bit there. What's the wall it's telling me I'm running into?
Maybe
Is
it's
the table considered a wall?
Could be.
Yeah, they're telling it's telling me the table's a wall.
All right, I guess you can't unless you want to jump up on it. You could move around it. Use the arrow keys. You can
Yeah.
move exactly where you need to go.
All right. Okay. One.
Do you know how to create
There.
waypoints when you move?
I do not.
All right, so what you do, and this is for everybody that might have forgot, if you're moving with the mouse, before releasing the mouse as you drag it across the map, hit the space bar to create a waypoint. And continue to do that until you're finished moving, and then release the mouse button. That creates a little waypoint, and it will follow those points so you can go around things.
Okay.
So you create them with a little space bar. Cassandra's been smoking too many cigars. Somebody said.
Yeah. Okay. So with my 35 feet, I can get there.
Okay, that's fine.
And then she summons up her Kai energy.
Ah,
So I'm going to drag this onto my token.
key strike.
And now I'm going to do Flurry of Blows.
Cool.
Put that in the chat again. All right, here comes the first one.
Darn it.
You know what? I'm going to hero point that.
You are.
Because I'm sure 20 is a miss, Fritz.
20? Yes.
He's flat-footed. Maybe it's a hit, but...
Yeah, it's a miss.
Okay, so...
What'd you say? Positive damage?
So 28. Is that a hit? I'm hoping it is.
That is a hit. It's not critical. You managed to make contact with your fists.
So that's the first one. Second one.
All right, that's another normal damage.
Okay.
So 2 normal damages.
First one is so 5 radiant and 4 normal. And the second one is same thing. 5 radiant and 4 normal.
All right.
So 18 and plus what I'm hoping is a vulnerability to positive energy on this creature.
All right. What were they?
So it was 4 bludgeoning and 5 radiant each hit.
All right, let me check.
I mean, I get it. If they have a weakness to radiant, just add that to each hit. That's all, and take away any resistance to bludgeoning if they have.
Okay.
In case you need this information, my fists are considered magic weapons.
Okay.
In case they resist normal weaponry.
All right. So you didn't hop the table? All right. You move your way around the table and get yourself in a nice advantageous position behind the creature. Now the creature is partially in the table. As you can see, it's not actually on top of the table. It's actually within the table. You start to lay into this with some fists and some elbows, maybe a kick and a knee. Infusing your strikes with positive energy.
Did the positive energy do no damage?
Yes. Wait a minute. Ah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I got to do a little extra math here on this one. Man. Threw me off with these strikes. Infusing your blows with positive energy, the radiant strikes square up on this creature, and you do hit him, and it does writhe in pain. You can see it pull away from your strikes as if it was a physical being that was being struck hard. It definitely reacted. You definitely did some nastiness to this creature.
Okay.
Very good. And I
And a
believe
turn.
you're done? Okay.
Yep.
Sorry that took a while. I was doing some little math there. Frey, you're up next. Shield raised.
What is wrong with you? Back up! Get out of here! I was take a 5-foot step forward, but no more than that, and I'm waving everybody to get behind me. Oh,
Okay.
I can move myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. And you want to raise your shield once again?
Oh, I have to do that every round? Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, you took it off. There it is. You're good. That it? You done?
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch a spectral nonsense creature.
Okay.
If it doesn't bleed, I'm not fighting it.
I could let you take a ready action if you want to prepare a strike if it comes in your direction or anything else you want to do.
Like an Overwatch type of thing? Absolutely. I really want these guys just to get behind me. But
all I need
that's
from
what
you,
I'm focusing.
all I need from you is a trigger and what you're going to do.
I mean, I'll slice at it. I'll keep my shield in front of me, but I'll slice at it if it comes within range of my sword.
Okay, that sounds good. So basically what that is it basically gives you a reaction to do exactly what you said under that circumstance. It comes within, you can strike. It gives you a reaction. That's what you just did with a ready action. Okay, let's move on. Althea Binley. Where are you, Althea? Yes, you're at the doorway, the portal, watching all this go down. You see the warrior step forward with his shield and sword out, readying himself. You see Agatha being accosted by this glowing entity. You see Cassandra rush behind him out of sight, going at him with Kung Fu Mania. What do you do?
She comes in and gives it her all with a divine lance spell.
What are you using with? Good?
Ooh, I would like to hero point that.
Using good?
Yes, this is, my deity is good, so that's... But may I use a hero point?
Yeah. Your hero points.
29.
29. It's not critical. But you hit. Roll your damage.
That is 9 good damage.
Let me look at this again now. You guys in your... How much? 9?
Yep, 9.
Doesn't seem to be as effective as you had hoped. But it does react to the energy you put at it.
I'll have to try something different. Keep whacking at this thing and keep throwing your punches.
Little inspiration. That it?
Yes, that is it.
Agatha, you've just been attacked by this creature. You see your friend Cassandra on the other side opposite of you. What do you do? Yeah, what do you do? Frey, your frightened drops by 1 again.
Is it the end of the round already?
It's the end of the turn for you. Okay. So, your frightened is gone, I guess. Yeah.
With her being level 2 for both stupefied and frightened, Agatha is going to try and attempt to intimidate this thing. And she's going to attempt to try and get it to obey her by telling it to stop.
All right, describe that for me. Role play it.
As Agatha is looking at the creature, seeing how she is not dying, not being hurt, doesn't feel as much pain, she's going to raise a hand, point at the creature in front of her, and as much command in her voice as she can, she's going to tell it to obey her.
All right, go ahead and make your roll. Demoralize. It's an intimidation skill. Ooh. Oh. Any hero points?
I'm trying to remember, you only gave me 1 hero point beginning, am I right?
Yeah, I think I gave Althea the extra. You had your chance. It just looks at you and hisses. Totally unaffected.
She's gonna try it again.
Okay. Let me check its immunities here. Hmm. 19?
Mm-hmm.
No effect. Just hisses at you.
With her last remaining ability, she is going to try and move to get behind Frey.
Okay, if he lets you pass, and I assume he does.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want people to go by me.
Sheppy, you're up.
Yeah, Sheppy's gonna cast Searing Light. I'll hero point that for Sheppy. $23.
It just hits.
Says if the creature is undead, it takes an additional 5d6 good damage. I'm gonna roll that now.
So, okay. So, 24 points of fire damage and then 18 points
18
of
points
good?
of good damage.
All right, let me double check this. It's pretty good. All right. Wasn't as effective as you had hoped.
That's gonna be it for Sheppy.
Particularly the fire side of it, as the fire begins to erupt in front of Cassandra and this creature. You can see it, the licking up towards and through within this creature. Doesn't seem to react as much to the flames. And it is next. Cassandra whips about, and you see this claw almost backhand in your direction. And these claws. 30. It's not critical. It's going to do some damage. It's going to do 21 points of negative damage on you.
If it's hidden, can I still just press the damage button?
What, in the chat?
Yeah.
Try it.
Oh, yeah, it worked.
Oh. That works as long as you're selected on a token, and it will apply it to whatever token is selected. Now, with you, you only have one token you can select. So, yeah, it should always work. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Althea.
3.
Ho, 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 ho.
I mean 2 or 4.
Give me a number between 1 and 6, Frey.
2.
Damn it. Now, as it moves here, Frey, you have an opportunity to strike immediately.
Yeah, my training would say I need to.
Go for
I'm
it.
not
This-
expecting much to happen, but you know.
This is your ready to action. Just normal attack. First strike. You lash
kind
out
of
with your sword.
strikes. So it's considered first action.
Mm-hmm. First strike.
Get a total of 29.
That is a hit. The blade begins to cut its mist. Does actually have a... Well, we'll leave it at that. Normal damage.
Normal damage. Okay. 5.
Oh, 5 points. That is... slashing. Yeah. It continues to move past you. Now, you used your reaction, so you can't use it again. It seemed unfazed by your blows. Sure, you hit it, but didn't pay no attention to it. Sheppy. What's his armor class? 18.
18.
Ah, missed. All right. You're safe for the moment. Cassandra has just moved out of your reach. You don't have attack of opportunity, do you?
I do not.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, Agatha, did you reduce your frightened by 1?
No, I didn't.
Do that. Sheppy, he should also have reduced his frightened by 1.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, go ahead, Cassandra. There you go.
Okay. So that's one action. Second action, I'm going to. That's another spell.
Focus spell. That's what that is. Wholeness of body. You heal yourself.
And then I will flurry of blows.
So you moved and then used a focus.
Yep.
And then flurry of blows for a blow.
Yep. So flurry of blows, I combine the damage for purposes of damage resistance.
Gotcha.
So he doesn't resist it twice.
Gotcha.
That's assuming I hit twice. First attack. 26. Second attack. Ugh.
Nope.
It's a miss.
So you get the one. Damage.
So 9 damage.
9 bludgeon.
Mm-hmm.
At least there's still a chance for stunning fist.
Yeah, that's true.
To hit at least once.
Yep.
So it makes a fortitude save? Is that how that is?
Fortitude save, yeah.
Excellent. Nothing. So it didn't really react too much to your fists and kicks, and it certainly isn't stunned by such attacks. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Frey, you're up. Now, this creature is flat-footed.
So, I'm going to take a tentative poke at it. I don't think my sword's going to do anything to it anyway because it's made out of, magic goo. So I'm going to do that, and then really the only thing I'm focused on, if it looks like it's going to attack, well, I guess the only person I could really protect is Agatha, maybe Sheppy, and Cassandra if I can. I want to intervene on any attack if that's at all possible. Throw my shield in the way, whatever.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying, get out of here! East, 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 east! So really, I'm only taking one strike, and then if it's a ready to action or however that works in this game, just I want to help protect somebody else.
Excellent. Yeah, you could do that. Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay.
Your shield won't be raised
Why not?
because it takes two actions to ready an action.
Oh, okay. Well, then
He can raise his shield with his last action, though, can't he?
Do you have a feat for that? Reactive shield?
I have a reactive shield, yes.
Yeah, you could do that then.
Okay. So click my attack first and then raise my shield, or?
Make your attack first.
All right, doing that. Pokey, pokey. Go. 28.
You hit. Normal to match.
And that's a little better, 5. So total 9.
There it is.
Does it turn my sword black, or does it even act like I poked it?
9 points of slashing damage. You do make contact with it, but it seems that it's barely
Dissolve my eyeballs?
reacting to your strikes, but you are connecting.
Okay.
Wow. He's actually
Gave him 4 damage.
Yeah, he's actually badly injured. Yeah. Of course, that's
We need
combined.
We need our spellcasters to step up here.
Yeah, Kyle.
We're,
Did you hear that,
we're
Kyle?
not doing much damage.
Did you hear that, Kyle?
Agatha tried intimidation, didn't work.
Oh, but that's not a spell. Do you have any damaging spells?
She
I'm
does.
usually a spellcaster.
I could heal and take care of it quite easily, but I'd rather not injure our own party.
But if you can touch it though, right? If you went adjacent to it.
I could do 2 actions, yeah. But that would make things too easy.
Come on, make a choice. What's going on
Is
here?
is it my turn?
It is now.
Okay. I did have some other plans, which you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. Althea is going to cast Disrupt Undead.
You lance the target
Excellent.
with energy. You do 1d6 positive damage plus your spellcasting ability mod. The target must attempt a basic save. Critically fails. It's also enfeebled 1 for 1 round. So I just gotta make a save. You do your damage. Disrupt Undead is this positive energy
Oh,
bursts
jeez.
from you. Desna, help us, Desna.
How did you do that?
I'm just lucky, I guess.
Oh wow!
3 ones, and that's if it hits. You know, half damage. It's not that much, but
Well, let me make my save.
what's it looking? What's it looking like? We just
Well,
made it.
that's good. So you failed to save, so at least he takes all 7.
And what is this now? This is positive?
This is positive, correct?
Positive. You're positive? Okay. All right. For as weak an attack as that was, pathetic, Althea, pathetic, says Desna.
We must be too far deep in the gauntlet for Desna to hear my calls.
It did seem to react. It absorbed all that energy. Ah! You done?
Her hands are still in motion from that spell, and she'll end up casting an additional one. She casts Shield.
Shield. There you go. Okay, Agatha, you're up. Sheppy's next after Agatha.
Alrighty.
Yep. Your frightened condition will be removed, Agatha, after this.
Okay.
The end of your turn.
Alrighty, let's see here.
What's the witch gonna do?
What evil can I unleash on this thing?
What's your alignment? Neutral.
She's going to cast Produce Flame on it.
That was my flame explosion. Small ball of flame appears in your palm. Okay. That's going to be a miss. The ball goes too high, crashing against the wall in the distance. You still have time for something else. What do you do?
Can I try Intimidation one more time?
Okay, go for it. As you call to it, pointing at it. Bow down. Go for it. Pays you no attention. Sheppy is up. Get rid of your frightened, Agatha. Your courage. is
I'm
back
gonna
once
drop
again.
another searing light on it. See what I can get.
You're still frightened, Sheppy. Make sure you're frightened 1. because that is a -1 penalty on everything you do. 24.
24.
What was this? Searing light?
Yeah.
That's gonna hit. Just barely. The light pierces its being. 20 points of fire. Hold on before you roll anything else. All right. It's okay.
The closest thing Shippy has to positive.
And then you did 14 points of
Good damage.
good damage. I have to look at this again. Sorry. All right.
And for his last action, I guess Shippy's gonna try to punch it. Oh, that's in that one.
All right.
So, yep, that's it for me.
All right. What's he gonna do now? It's looking desperate. I'm gonna roll some oracle here. All right. It's gonna hold its position. As it looks all around, it begins to see all the opponents, the eyes upon him, the strikes and the magic. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Frey. Keeping in mind that you're being defensive here. But go ahead and give me a number.
Oh, I got a 6.
Okay. It's focused. Oh wait, there's one more. It is focused intently on Sheppy. Sheppy, you can take away the frightened. That goes away at the end of your turn. Or it goes down by 1 at the end of your turn. It reaches towards Sheppy with another claw. It hisses. It screams. Gets a 27.
Armor class 20.
27. It's going to be normal damage. Negative damage rains down on the little goblin. 18 points. Negative damage. And for its next trick, it's going to turn towards you, Frey. Its eyes lock on you. And it again begins to claw and reach towards you. Oh. But you're able to fend it off easily. You smirk to yourself, I'm sure. Cassandra. It's beginning to fade. What do you do? It's getting weaker.
Hopefully I can finish it off with a flurry of blows.
Could be, could be. There's an extra hero point in it at the end of the session for you.
First strike
Here it is.
is a 27. Second one.
That's a hit.
Damn it!
That's a miss.
All right. I do have a hero point.
Want to use it?
Go big or go home. I'm using it.
Okay.
That's better.
There you go. It's another 27. That's another hit. So I got 2 hits.
Okay. So combine this damage together. 7 and 7. So 14 minus whatever resistance it has.
And this is bludgeoning.
Yes. Magical bludgeoning.
that it?
He's still up?
Yep.
All right. Third attack. Oh, come on! All right, last action. I'm gonna step this way.
No more hero points.
Yeah.
As you fall back defensively from the creature's grasp. It's beginning to fade, but still a threat, Frey. You're up.
I don't understand why these fools won't listen and get the hell out of here. I'm about to step on over people and get out myself.
You are.
As long as these weirdos are still here, I'm not gonna push her, but I'm gonna start nudging Agatha to get the hell out the door and just take a quick swipe at the thing. But again, I'm more worried about defense than offense.
Right.
So I want to prevent it from being able to attack, well, at least her, because it looked like I couldn't protect Sheppy. So
Would you like to physically shove her back so she's out of the reach of the creature and maybe
No,
occupy
because that
her
causes people to stumble and so forth. So
Okay.
my training would say that would be a bad idea. But I'm definitely leaning a shoulder if I have to on her, like.
Okay.
"Oh, get out."
Gotcha.
Well, I'm taking a swing. I'm just doing one attack again this round, so I can react again.
Go ahead. 21 is... It's no longer flanked. Let me take that off. It's going to be a miss. You missed. You whiff. You're preoccupied with Agatha. Back away, witch! Now, you're basically readying an action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, if I'm able to, if it attacks anybody that I'm able to intervene, I'd like to try to say, I'm not letting that hit somebody.
You want to attack as the action?
Yes.
Perfect. Althea?
It seemed to have worked before, so she's going to do it once more.
You are.
Just gonna cast Disrupt Undead again.
It's got 2 hit points. Come on.
Well, let's...
Only one this time.
getting better.
Let's make that fortitude.
But she gives this her all.
All right, fortitude. Here it comes.
DC 21.
25. Whoops.
So half damage. I think half damage still does it.
That would be success, so it's half damage, and you got an 11, so it's 6 points of damage. Describe how you make this creature disappear.
So while everybody has been doing a fantastic job distracting it and redirecting its, attention and its blows, its own attacks, Althea from afar, as most clerics stand, just out of reach of the creature, cast her spell with as much gusto as she could, knowing that, as battle continued, it was getting sluggish and weaker and more defeated. She cast the final blow. This energy just kind of shot right from her fingertips.
Excellent. Frey,
Yes.
Cassandra, Althea, give yourself an extra hero point. In fact, everybody give yourself an extra hero point. I don't know why I picked out you three. As this creature disappears, with the help of Desna for sure, Althea, you were able to put the final vanquishing blow on this entity, whatever it was. And with a final gasp, a scream, it releases and cuts into the air, and it begins to dissipate.
I
And
take a
as-
couple of swings in the air just to make sure it really does dissipate.
It does. It is completely dissipated. It stinks, though. It smells sulfury. And silence again returns. Only briefly. Just as Frey whips his sword about for a final, you hear a scream. It sounds like it's coming from the north, beyond this room. It sounds like a scream of pain and agony. Like something is being
that's a call
tortured.
to action.
Like something is being tortured.
Agatha's gonna grab Frey and she's running for the door.
Jet piece in tow.
I'll let you guys move your tokens. Cassandra, did you shut that door behind you to this other room?
No, I didn't.
Okay, it's still open then. If anyone wants to shut it, do so. You can just click on it. Max, let's say open and shut doors.
Oh.
Unless they're locked. In which case it just goes chick, chick, chick.
Should we keep moving?
Run.
I don't know. I can't see.
Jet piece
So-
scuttering past all of you. He thinks it's Arthurian in trouble.
Let me move you out of the room. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Althea will rush ahead to fill the hallway with light. Just enough to get everybody here.
Everybody moves in. Oh, I got that module. Rachel.
You did?
Yeah, the one with the stacking.
Yes.
That's useful.
Like, sadly, it's only good for the GM.
Yes.
So if you're a player, you can't just swap them out. But it's like a lifesaver.
Basically, it lets you cycle through stacked tokens and select the one you want. All right, you've come out of the corridor right after this battle inside this room. The door's been shut, and now you're standing at this next pair of double doors. You can hear screams of agony beyond. Frey.
Hey, it opens.
Yeah. All right, you open the door. This is what
I
you see.
don't know if I'm happy about that, but it opens.
Yeah, let me pause the game. See, this is why I paused the game.
Oh, am I not supposed to open it?
No, you were going to open it anyway, right? Yeah, you were good. Let me get this one encounter out of here. I did teach you how to open doors.
That is true. You gave me the tools.
Oh, I want to click things. Let me click. Let's see. You've got the light. What you see is what you see. This octagon-like chamber. You see something in the middle. It looks like a hole with a grate, iron fittings above the hole. You see chains and some mechanical thing hanging. Let me read. Rusted iron chains hang from the ceiling of this chamber, each ending in an oversized manacle. The large octagonal room contains a circular pit. You can see this, Frey, right in front of you, covered with what looks like a rusted iron grate. Torn bolts and scrap metal dangle from the ceiling above this pit, this grate. That's all you see. You're pretty sure the sounds of screams and pain came from this chamber. What do you do?
If it's up to me, I'm just gonna do 5 foot forward,
You enter the chamber.
and then look left and right.
Left and right. You can't see beyond the walls. If you want to move
Just-
up to that corner, do you want to go up to the corner?
No, I'm tentatively moving forward to make sure that I don't get jumped on.
Agatha's not too far behind him.
All right, I'll pause again. Go ahead and move where you want. A little at a time. Don't get crazy here.
After everybody has a chance to move and I'm not being kicked in the ding-ding, I'll move another 5 step forward.
All right, you're cautiously entering the chamber. Of course, you won't be able to see beyond the light of Althea. She has the light, so you're going to have to get in there, Althea, so they can actually see.
There you go. There was another door, I thought.
Althea stands at the door, enough to get the light through, but she doesn't quite go all the way in. I don't like the look of this place. That grate in the center.
What, you were okay with the ghost being a moment ago, but this grate bothers you? Get in here!
I'm not afraid of what I can see. I'm afraid of what I can't.
Agatha's going to gently place a hand on Althea's shoulder and give it a light squeeze, like saying she's right there beside her if she needs her.
So is this it? Are we all going to go in?
If that scream's coming in from in here, we have to step in.
As you step in...
She takes her first step in.
As you take your first step in, Althea, you hear the sound of chains rattling, coming from the west. You hear this as well, Frey. Like as if they were falling to the stone floor. With a loud clang.
To the west?
To the west. Your left.
Yep. Alright, if I can get by with this.
There, ahead of you, as you round the corner, Frey, you see it at the far end. You see a shadow disappear into the blackness. You saw movement.
We have enemy!
What are you doing,
And
Althea?
the shield's out, swords ready to poke.
Chappie's got a fireball in his hand.
Okay, you're readying your fireball. What are you doing, Althea?
So, I take it hasn't seen us yet? or like, is this like half second type of thing? Because otherwise, she might have something else planned. But for now, she walks in, hearing Frey, scream about what's over there. She'll stay back. I knew there was something about this place. I'm almost too afraid to look.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
You've got the
if
light
I can't
source.
see it, it doesn't exist.
You've got the
Let
light
me take
source.
back what I said. Yeah, I have the light source. I take back what I said earlier. But she'll kind of get in closer just so that Frey can get a better look of what's up ahead.
What do you see, Frey? Anything?
Apparently, I see something down there. I can't quite make it out. There's something at the edge down there. Stay behind me, stay behind me, stay behind me.
That's where you saw the movement.
Yep. I'm just basically positioning myself. I don't know what it was. Some sort of weird thing crawling around, whatever.
Right.
So I'm just kind of bending the knees, getting behind the shield, getting the sword ready.
Okay.
Something's about to happen.
All right, stop the moving right there. Don't move. You've all jostled for position, gradually entering the chamber. Frey in the lead. Althea moving forward cautiously to help see. Frey is human. He can't see in the dark. But he saw movement, something ahead, something to the west, maybe 20 feet away or more. In the distance. You see these alcoves, Frey, to the north and... You see these alcoves, and they look like they're full of chunks of metal and chains. And it was from there that you saw something on the far side, furthest from you, move, a shadow in the distance. And as Althea gradually began to come up behind you, you began to see more of that shadow, a shadow that became something of flesh. You see, stepping out of the darkness in front of you. I'm going to show him to you.
Hey, baby.
Hello. It's mumbling to itself. It doesn't seem to be making sense, but it's gibbering, and its eyes are moving left and right. You could just catch it in the light. Its head is moving to the left and right like it's looking for something, and it sees you, Frey, and it begins to advance slowly. The only word you can make out from common tongue that it seems to be speaking, mixed in with maybe some other language you don't know. Come, come.
Okay, I'll appease it, and I'll take a 5-foot step forward. I'm walking toward it. Again, shield out. I'm assuming we're going to have to fight this thing, so I'm going to get
Everybody,
in a position where...
Put yourself in the initiative tracker.
Here we go again.
And I don't know if we'll fight the whole combat, but we'll get a start on it because it's already past 10.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Everybody's starting to slur their speech. Getting wild here.
Not me.
No, you're good, Dizzy. You're good.
Okay, now where is that?
Everyone's using perception.
Oh,
Got a 2 for Frey. Plus 10. 12. Okay. Frey, did you roll? I thought you rolled.
yeah, I rolled.
He did a perception check and he got 12.
Oh, wait, was that a... I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button.
Well, I'm going to give you a 12. That's what you
Okay.
rolled.
My apologies.
I'll manually put it in. There you go. Okay, let's begin the encounter. Althea, you're the most cautious, but you're also very wise. You know what's going on. I don't know if you can see it. I think maybe you can see this creature step out of the darkness, at least part of it. What do? You're up.
We've just got out of some sort of combat. I know everything down here is trying to kill us, but this is just too much. She's going to 2-action heal Sheppy.
Okay. Do that. Calling on Desna's healing powers.
He heals 38.
Wow, nice.
Got it.
And then she's going to cast Guidance on Frey.
Okay. Frey, you can drag that in the chat. I told you about that.
Okay.
Which one does he drag? Spell effect guidance or effect guidance immunity? Both
He
of
does spell effect guidance. Well, I guess no, not both. Once he's designated what that +1's going to and rolls adding it, then he'll put the immunity on it, and that's for 1 hour.
Wow,
So
1 hour.
So what do I drag that onto?
On your token, spell effect guidance. That'll give you a +1 bonus, status bonus, to 1 attack, perception, save, or skill check. One shot.
Okay, so I don't have to choose a specific thing now. Okay, I got it.
Right. And it lasts for an hour. Nice.
Oh, it lasts for 1 round, and
Oh,
he's
1 round.
immune. I can't cast it on him again for an hour. So you either use it or lose it.
Anytime
And it-
during the round?
Yep. It's a +1 bonus to an attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or a skill check.
All right. So you get a bonus in whatever you do.
Yeah.
Next.
Before my next turn.
Okay, we're going to go to Agatha. What are you doing, Agatha?
Alright,
Come on, you vampire.
so she's going to
All healed up.
could you unpause the game? Grazie. She's going to move up behind Frey. Now, glancing around Frey the creature, can she tell if this thing is looking at them directly or if it's just moving, like listening for things, like almost as if it's using more of a sound instead of like sight?
Oh, it's got eyes. It's looking in your direction. Doesn't seem to be focused on any particular person or thing. But there's something odd about it. It's jerking its shoulders and its head, and it'll suddenly look to the left real quick and then back at you. Something weird about it.
She's going to look around, look for like a pebble or stone or something, and after eventually finding something, she's gonna pick it up, put a finger to her lips as if telling people to stay quiet, and then she's gonna throw the stone.
There's a little piece of metal. You don't see any stones, but you see a little piece of metal.
Perfect. She's going to throw it up north, and then she's gonna see what kind of reaction she's gonna get out of it. Yep.
Yeah. Up in that direction?
Yeah, that's where she's throwing it.
Whether it noticed or not, you're not sure. It hasn't reacted. Yet. As far as you can tell. Anything else? Come on.
She's gonna move the same way that she threw the piece of metal.
Okay, go ahead. Chicka, 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 chicka. Don't trip on the chains. One clanks under your foot. Ching! They're heavy. Stub your toe. Cassandra. Watching closely from the rear. Looking for your opportunities. What do you do?
Cassandra will go into tiger stance.
Okay. Looking like a tiger. Claws
And
outstretched.
I'll move up to here. And a turn.
Okay. Sheppy, you've stepped very close to this, what looks like a hole in the ground. You're right on the edge of it. There's a grate. You're not sure how stable it is.
Sheppy's gonna move back and go around the grate.
Go around the grate? Okay. So you didn't walk on the grate?
No, I walked around it.
Okay, you can do that. Anything else?
Fireball.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
Do it. Yeah, do it. Who cares? Do it.
What the heck is this up here in the corner? What is that?
Cast Scorching Ray at it.
If you wait until we're engaged, you're not going to be able to cast Fireball.
But I know what else is down there.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to count this as concealed due to the fact you can't see it all. Actually, I take that back.
I
you
can
got
see
dark
it all
vision.
because I have dark vision.
You do. I'm sorry. You got this. You got this, little goblin. $30.
That's good.
30.
That is a normal hit.
Gonna deal 9 points of fire damage. Well, wait a minute, 10 points because he has the +1 burn it.
Good observation.
I'm really surprised that Foundry doesn't include burn it.
How much? 9?
10
10.
with the +1 burn it.
That'll be it for me.
And let me see here. This was Scorching Ray. So this ray of energy just cuts through the air and singes this creature. It lets out a primal scream as it impacts. And the flames begin to die down after a short while. Definitely damaged it. It's next. And what is that noise? Keep hearing. It sounds like electricity shooting off in the air. What's that? Oh. Let's see if... You see it there for a moment, Frey, and anyone else that could see it, and it suddenly pulls itself out of sight after taking that hit from Sheppy, and into the darkness once again, out of sight. Frey, you'll end the round and the session here with your next move. What do you do?
Well, I'm not gonna move. Well, no, actually I will. I'm gonna move forward just one. I guess 5 feet. And then I need light. We need light. We need light.
Okay. I'll let you ready in action to strike if it comes near you.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll end it there. Before we go any further, because I'm getting exhausted. So yeah, there you go. Frey advanced forward into the room, a little bit further, calling up light behind him. This creature is keeping out of sight, it seems. It was impacted. You damaged it thanks to Sheppy. So it's definitely got vulnerabilities, but you don't know exactly where it is. Yeah.
The
And
reason I move forward is because there is a wall to the left-hand side of me.
Exactly. And for fun, I want everybody, yes, everybody except Agatha, because you're out of sight, to make a public perception roll. So Sheppy, Agatha, or not Agatha, Sheppy, Althea, Cassandra.
Cassandra's X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Man, I have excellent perception, but I did the worst.
You did. You did. I feel bad for you.
Oh, well.
It's terrible. Give yourself a hero point. Cassandra, you're the first one to notice this. Frey, as well, being closer. There, to the right. You hear the sound of chains and metal falling to the floor, and it's coming from this direction. Well, it's coming from here.
Sorry, what? Okay, got it.
See that? Right in that area. Something fell and made a noise. And Cassandra, you spot it instantly. You see a body. You see a body of a human being. Just faintly in the light. And they're moving. Kyle? What does that painful grunt sound like?
Is that it?
You're
Not really the best you can do.
right there. Now, Frey, I revealed this because you would recognize that. That is Grod, lying on the ground in the corner
Great,
of that
let's
one
turn around and
alcove.
let him die. I mean, what?
That's what you see.
Okay. But that'll be for next week, right?
Now the rest, Cassandra, you spot a human. Frey, you spot a human, and you recognize who it is. And that's for next week. We'll pick up from there. But there's this creature still in the chamber, so keep that in mind. You need to make a note here about anything, so we don't forget. I thought Frey did something.
I just stepped forward and I can't see, so I'm ready in case I'm attacked.
Maybe that was it. Ready in action to attack. Maybe that's what it is. So let me make a note there.
And that ability that Althea put on me is worn off.
Yeah, so you can head back up and put this on instead. Well, oh yeah, it is the end of the round.
So if it's, yeah, it'll say expired.
It does.
You could just right click on it or get rid of it, because that's done.
Here, and then you can transfer to the immunity.
And your raised shield is no longer raised because you're readying your action. You did that instead.
What's that? Oh.
You moved and readied. And yeah, is that all good? Guidance immunity, 60 minutes remaining. Oh, I understand how that works. Cool. So it's basically a reminder that he's immune to it. Right? Guidance.
Just so she can't spam cast it on me.
Unfortunately.
Boo! All right, you guys, we're going to call it here because we're all getting kind of slurry speeched and eyes are getting droopy. Good session. It was a little bit difficult in the beginning for me. I had some lag issues, but we got through it. Got through a whole combat, I think. Yeah, that was good fun. Interesting stuff is happening. Okay, so I guess we'll do our outros. Starting with who's first in the combat tracker. Althea.
Yeah, that'll be me. I hear you there with the slurred speech. My eyes are burning. I'm excited to go sleep, but I have enjoyed playing this session. It's nice playing combat and being able to whip some butt. That was very satisfying. Kind of wish that we had a little bit more interaction with this current creature, but that's all right. There'll be plenty of time for that next week, I'm sure. But anyways, thank you for hosting another session, and it's been lovely playing with everybody here.
Awesome, Rachel. Awesome. Agatha. What's going on, Agatha? Dizzy.
Well, we found where the noise is coming from. We now know what's going to happen. But we got to wait until next week to figure out how we're going to save it.
Yeah, what's going on here? Excellent. Keep in mind, you guys don't know anything about this new individual up here. Frey is the only one. So, could be an enemy. Could be a tortured victim. Not sure. Cassandra?
So, thank you for hosting. It was unfortunate we lost Jesse because of technical issues. I felt bad about that.
Yep.
But it's good of Kyle to step up and play Sheppy in the meantime, especially since I know, Kyle, you were looking forward to playing your own character, so it's great that we got each other's backs like that. So thanks a lot.
Excellent.
That's what we do.
Sheppy, of course. Kyle?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kyle.
A lot of fun tonight. Normally, like I said earlier, normally not a spell casting guy. I like to be in there, sword and board, knee deep, grappling and smacking them, headbutting them, throwing people around. But it was a nice break to pick up the spells, sling some spells, move some stuff around.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, you'll be having lots of fun shortly.
Oh yeah, and the attitude is already coming out.
It is. Thanks, Kyle. And Max, we got him at the end there with a low initiative score of 12.
Well, thanks for hosting. Thanks for letting me play. My character hates every one of these people in the party and wants to stab them all because they don't know any. Well, weirdos, but no. The big reason is they don't know anything about tactics, and they run around like little spastic roaches, and we're gonna have to correct that.
And I love how Max doesn't even know how long we've even been down here and the shit we've seen.
Right.
We're just like rolling our eyes at him like, yo, don't calm down. We've got this.
Can you
until
imagine
we don't.
him and Arthurian, Althea? Can you imagine that conversation?
I was kind of like waiting because they have a lot of personality traits that kind of match, but also I feel like they would clash so bad.
Oh, just a little bit. Just yeah.
Well,
It's hard to argue with Frey's tactics of doing 5 damage to the Spectre, so we should listen more often, I think.
We played a computer game. Okay, got it. It's as far as the character goes. No, I mean that's the way he sees it. You guys run around like a bunch of roaches and so forth. We got doors here. Use them to funnel the creature. What are you running in for? like oh look, it's a ghostly thing. Let's just go and start punching it. Well, that seems intelligent. And then I as players, yeah, I fully get it. But as a character, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like I can't get my shield in front of you if you keep running away from me. But that's actually what makes this stuff fun. So I mean, we have to learn each other's characters, and I'm obviously the new one to the group. Althea, Rachel, you're absolutely right on that one. Like you guys are probably like, oh really? This guy's gonna come in and just tell us what to do after we've. Hold on, let's
just wait till next week. Just
right.
Yeah.
So
yes.
So yeah, no, it makes total sense. I'm just saying from the character's perspective. But yeah, that's what's fun about this stuff. So.
It's good that everyone's paying attention and notices this stuff. Like Kyle said, wait till next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, excellent. All right, we're going to call it there. That was good fun. And folks, we're going to be back again, episode 56, and see what's going on and what is this dynamic with Frey? What are we talking about here? Is he really such a bully? Well, we're about to find out.
Get real.
It's about to get real. And Kyle's going to be introducing his new character. Hopefully. We'll see if he survives. We don't know for sure. But we will next week. So, folks, thanks for watching. And we'll be back again next week. So you guys hang in there. Because it's only going to get better. We'll talk to you soon.